Season 1, I rocked up here with $1,000 and thought cutting down trees would somehow make me a farmer. Spoiler, it didn't. Season 2, I took out a massive loan, bought a tractor that nearly bankrupted me, and a mower that nearly killed me. But at least I've got my own land. Now, Season 3. I've got grass to manage, sheep to wrangle, and dreams of real fields one day, along with plenty more debt and even bigger plans I've no idea how to pull off. But hey, the next year or two will sure be interesting. How hard can farming be? Sheep are looking good. Out on the meadow, plenty of food, plenty of water, and the wool's starting to come along nicely. Chickens, though, not much happening there yet, just pecking away at the feed. I'll probably have to buy in some more before long. Greenhouse is ready though, fruit and veg all grown. Time to hop in the tractor and get these pallets loaded. Forks on, nice and easy now. Up we go, and down onto the trailer. Not the best stacking job, but it'll do for a first attempt. Strap it all down. There, good enough. Trailer hooked up, let's get to the farmer's market. Season 1 feels like a lifetime ago. Starting out here in Montana with nothing but a chainsaw. Cutting trees just to scrape by. Season 2, things picked up. I got the sheep going, bought a tractor, started growing proper crops, and slowly built the farm up bit by bit. And now, here we are. And there it is, just over $5,000. My first proper payday as a farmer. $5 in the pocket, lovely. Right, back home before something goes wrong.
All right, I thought it would be a good idea to upsize my windrower.
Yes, I know, I only just bought the smaller one, but look, I can sell it for $7.5 grand, and the new, much bigger one will set me back 19.5. But it's got a working width of 8.4 meters. 8.4! That means I'll be done in half the time, or at least that's the theory. So, let's get this beast home, alongside my new round baler. Yes, you heard that right. I've sold the little Massey baler and treated myself to a Go-Will round baler. Why? Because this beauty can wrap the bales into silage if I need to. Alright, time to cut my own grass again, but this time we're making silage. With the bigger mower, the new windrower and the round baler, this should be 10 times easier. At the end we'll get the bales wrapped, let them ferment for a few months and then sell them off for a tidy profit. That's the plan anyway. Mower down, and off we go. Lovely clean rows of grass. Smells fresh, looks good, and it's going down much quicker than before. Now for the windrower. Just look at that, sweeping everything neatly into perfect rows. Honestly, it's like lining up green carpet strips across the whole field. Not bad. Right, baler on. In goes the grass, rolls it up nice and tight, and out comes a beautiful round bale. There we go. That's farming progress right there. Much quicker, much easier, and actually fun to watch. Now we round to the wrapper, spin it round, cover it in nice white film. Done. That's silage in the making. Well, technically it's grass in bin bags for a few months, but eventually it'll be worth a lot more. And honestly, they do look like giant marshmallows. Time to move them with the bale spike. Nice and steady, lift it up, easy, and down it goes by the chicken pen. Perfect. Well, nearly perfect. It's a bit of a mess, but it's standing, and that's good enough for me. The chickens don't look impressed though. End result, 33 bales, each 3,500 litres. At roughly $250 per 1,000 litres, we're looking at about $15,000 once it's all sold. Not bad at all. Maybe I am starting to get the hang of this.
All right, September has arrived, and this month is contracting month. First job on the books is a $16,000 bale wrapping contract for Noah. Should be straightforward, in theory. Bale on, spin it round, job done. Nice, easy money. Oh, here we go. Wonder who this is.
All right, mate. Just checking in. How's life in Montana treating you? Got your cowboy hat yet?
Cowboy hat? Liam, I can barely afford chicken feed. Do you know how much money I've made so far? Not enough to buy a hat. Maybe a baseball cap at best.
Brilliant. So let me get this straight. You moved all the way from the UK to the middle of Montana, and you're still broke. You could have done that at home.
Oi, I'm doing all right. Sheep are producing wool. Chickens are sort of laying eggs, and the greenhouse is pulling its weight. Slowly but surely, this farm is starting to come together.
Yeah, slowly being the key word. What is it now? Year 3? And you're not a millionaire yet? I'm disappointed. Thought you'd be driving a big American pickup by now.
Yeah, right. I'll be lucky if I can afford a car that actually works.
Sounds about right. Anyway, just rang to take the mick. Glad to see Montana hasn't turned you into a proper cowboy yet.
Trust me, Liam, if anyone around here saw me on a horse, they'd call animal control.
Perfect. Don't let me keep you then. Go wrap your bales and try not to bankrupt yourself.
Cheers, mate. Catch you later. All right, September contracts are underway. First stop, Field 21. A smaller job to warm up with. Just a handful of bales to wrap, nothing too dramatic. The kind of job where you just put your head down and crack on. But after that, we've got the big one, Field 49. That one's going to test me and the tractor both. A lot of bales, a lot of wrapping, and a lot of time sat here listening to the hum of the engine. Thing is, the thought's been creeping in. Maybe it's time I look at hiring someone. Imagine if I had a worker out here doing Field 21 while I cracked on with 49. 2 jobs at once, twice the income. That's how proper farms scale up, right? But then I think about the reality. Another wage to pay. And I don't even own half the kit I need. Only got this one tractor. If that breaks down, the whole farm grinds to a halt. Probably best to hold off until I've got more land of my own and a second tractor to keep things moving. One step at a time, Godric. One step at a time. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. That one's rolling. Come on, stop you bloody thing. Don't you dare go into that forest. Nearly, and yes, stopped. Finally. That was close. Wait. Oh, for crying out loud, not again. You've got to be joking. Come on then, me versus you. Not today, not down the hill. One more shove. There. Stopped. Finally. I swear these bales have it in for me. Right, contract done. Payout received. Time for a stiff drink after that. 2 mowing jobs and a fertilizing contract to wrap up the month. Time to see the bank balance creep up. First stop, Field 60 for Katie. Easy start, nice lines, all looking neat. Oh wow, this is so much easier with the bigger mower. I mean, remember when I had to do this field backwards with the tiny one? Took forever. Had to keep doubling back. Almost lost my mind. Now, look at this. Straight lines done in half the time.
Hey, Godric, got a minute?
Always for you, David. What's up?
I mentioned before, those fields next to your lot. I'm willing to sell a few. At a decent price. You could really get the farm going.
Honestly, don't have the funds yet, but I'd love to buy some. Proper fields to start growing crops. That's the dream.
What kind of crops are you thinking?
Loads to choose from. Wheat, barley, canola, corn, even root crops like carrots, potatoes, beets. Maybe I invest in pigs or cows and grow the crops to feed them. Who knows at this stage? Too many possibilities.
Sounds like a plan. Just don't bite off more than you can chew.
Easier said than done, but exciting thinking about it. One day, I'll make it work.
Alright, keep me posted. Catch you later.
Will do. Back to mowing. Field 64 is looking tidy. Lines straight, sun on the cab. Fertilizer job still waiting, but I can't stop imagining those extra fields. Wheat waving in the breeze, corn rustling, pigs snuffling, maybe a couple of cows judging me. So many options. Root crops, grains, livestock. All I know is contracts are ticking along, money's creeping up, and one day I'll get there. For now, just enjoy the ride. That's the last fertilizer job for September done. $11,500 in the bank for that one, bringing the total up to $72,000. Not bad at all. Finally feeling like things are moving in the right direction. October now, back at the farm. First stop, silage. Not quite fermented yet. Still needs a month or two, but looking good. Greenhouse next. I'll just pop my head in to see how the fruits and veggies are growing. Lovely. Everything's thriving. Time to check on the sheep. Oh wow, lambs. Loads of them. 2 landrace of Bentheim, both boys, 3 Steinschaft, 1 girl, 2 boys, and 2 black Welsh mountain girls. What a little family. My flock is growing, and it's brilliant to see. Check the wool. Over 2,000 litres now. Nice. Looking at the prices on the app. $1,200 per 1,000 litres. Best sold in April, so plenty of time to stock up until next year. Eggs. Not many yet, but they're selling for around $1,400 per 1,000 litres. Best in November. Not bad at all. All right, I think it's time to go and buy some more sheep. Gotta up the wool production and keep the flock growing. Animal trailer hitched, off to town we go. Floyd's Market is calling. Pull up at the animal dealer and there's Floyd himself. Morning, Floyd. Got some exciting news. My flock's had a bunch of lambs.
Well, congratulations. I just had a new shipment in. 6 of the best quality sheep you'll find around here.
Really? That's perfect timing. How much for the lot?
$1,500, and they're all top-notch.
Sold. Let's get these little beauties home. All right, trailers loaded up carefully. Everyone seems settled in. Off we go back to the farm. Nice and steady. Don't want anyone getting squashed or jumping around too much. Time to let them out. Every new lamb, every new addition, just makes the paddock feel more alive. I swear, I could watch them all day. The farm's really starting to feel like my own little world here. All right, trailers full of fruit and veggies from the greenhouse. You know, why not make a little stall at the farm gate? People could just pull up and buy fresh from me. No contracts, no hassle. Yeah, that's a proper idea. 10 grand later, materials bought, put together, and there it is. Solid little roadside stall, ready for business. $5,500 for this batch. Not bad at all. Looking at the stall and all the fruit and veggies lined up, can't help feeling like this is actually starting to look like a real farm. Feels good. Now, I've made a management decision. I'm moving all my machinery out of the way to make room for a new vehicle shed. That's right. I don't want these machines getting too worn out in the weather. Found a good deal on a shed for 10 grand, and I reckon it's worth every penny. Clear a nice spot here, concrete foundations going in, money's out of the account, and just like that, new building ready to go. Look at this, brand new shed, all the gear tucked away under cover, everything in its place. Plenty of room to grow, too. Walking around it now, you can really see how much tidier the yard looks. Machines protected, space organized, feels proper. Couldn't be happier with how this turned out.
All right, finishing the month off strong, got a big one here. 40 grand job, fertilizing field 6 for Noah. Same field as before, but this time it's the whole lot. Hitch the fertilizer on the front, trailer on the back, and we're off to the shop to load her up with product. Should be a decent payday. Well now, look who it is. Hope, the banker herself.
Afternoon, Godric. Just thought I'd check in on you. How's that new land treating you?
Coming along nicely, thanks for asking. Sheep are settled in, grass is ticking over, I can't complain.
I hear you've been making a few big investments. Sheds, stalls, stock. Careful now, you'll make me think you don't need the bank anymore.
Ha! Don't you worry, Hope. You lot have already got me hooked into a loan. You'll be seeing me around for a while yet.
Oh, I don't mind seeing you around. Especially if your farm keeps growing as fast as it has been. Tell me, you sure you don't need a little extra credit? Just say the word. I'll make it happen.
Now, trying to tempt me while I'm working. You'll get me into trouble. Besides, I think one loan's enough for now.
Fine. I'll let you off this time. Just don't forget who's rooting for you, Godric. I want to see you succeed.
Appreciate that, Hope. Always nice hearing from you. But I better crack on. Got lots of fertilizer to spread.
Well then, go make me proud. And call me when you're ready for that next investment.
She never stops, does she? Always pushing for another loan. Still, can't lie. It's nice having someone keeping an eye out. Right, spreader's running smooth, fertilizer going down even, and this field's soaking it up. Nothing like wrapping up the month with a payday like this. That's it for me today. Sheep are happy, stalls up and running, new shed built, and Noah's field looking sharp. Not a bad way to finish off the month. November in Montana. Cold, miserable, and yet somehow my sheep have decided it's the perfect time to produce 2 new lambs. Brilliant. More mouths to feed, just what I needed. Right, onto fields. First up, field 2, nearly 3 hectares, mostly loam soil, very nice. Price tag, a staggering $187,000 for dirt. But it promises a decent 118% yield. Not bad. Field 3, bit smaller, just under 2 hectares, but it's pure loam, basically the champagne of soil. Costs 124 grand. It's like buying less land, but it's posh land. Field 10, almost 3 hectares, which sounds good until you realize it's basically a swamp of silty clay. Yield potential, 92%. Price, 189,000. And finally, Field 11, 2 hectares of pure silty clay. It's like Field 10's sad little brother. Cheaper, sure, about 128 grand, but the yield potential is only 89%. Quick check on the silage bales. Almost fully fermented. Should be ready to sell this month. The sheep are fine, wool's stacking up nicely. But before winter really bites, I need a second cut off this grass field. Mow it, bale it, wrap it, and turn it all into more silage. Out with the mower. Just me, the tractor, and an endless sea of grass. Good time to call Giles and have a catch-up with him about these field options. Giles, how are we, mate?
Godric. Good to hear from you. It's been a while. I'm good, thank you. What's going on over in Montana today?
I'm looking at buying a field. 4 options, all nearby. Thought I'd get your opinion before I accidentally bankrupt myself.
Sensible. For once. All right, what have you got?
First one, Field 2. Nearly 3 hectares, mostly loam soil, bit of clay in there. Costs a staggering $187,000. But it's got a decent yield, 118%. Tempting.
Pricey though. What else?
Field 3, smaller, 1.87 hectares, but pure loam. Maximum yield 125%. Costs $124,000. So less land, but posh soil.
Sounds pretty good, that one.
Right. Then there's Field 10. Nearly 3 hectares, but mostly silty clay. Yield potential drops to 92%. Price tags 189 grand.
So you pay more for worse land. Brilliant.
Yes. And finally, Field 11. 2 hectares, pure silty clay. Costs 128 grand. Yield potential only 89%.
Sounds like a car boot sale version of Field 10.
Exactly. Cheap, but rubbish.
Well, I'd say it's between Field 2 and Field 3 then. Depends if you want size or quality.
I was leaning that way, but the money is ridiculous. Anyway, if I do buy one, what do I actually plant? Needs to be cheap, but still bring in some profit.
Barley's usually the safest. Cheap seed, easy enough to grow, reasonable return.
Barley. Brilliant. So I'll work myself half to death and end up with enough profit to buy a pint of barley.
And a packet of crisps if you're lucky.
Living the dream.
Honestly though, start simple. Get used to the land. See what works.
Thank you. Very supportive, as always.
That's what friends are for.
Right. Well, I'll think about it. If I lose everything, I'll just blame you.
That's fair. Call me back when you've wasted all your money.
Cheers, Giles. Speak soon. Alright, silage has been wrapped, and now I'm taking the first cuts of silage bales off to sell at the Montana Hay Company. Exciting. This should fetch me around 15 grand all up if I'm lucky. Nothing like seeing the results of all that hard work actually pay off. Ah, this looks like the place. Montana Hay Company. Never thought I'd be a proper hay merchant. Right. Trailers loaded, bales stacked like a giant green Lego set. Let's get these off the trailer without launching one into orbit. I swear, every bale has its own little personality by now. Some are stubborn, some are cooperative, and some are plain naughty. There we go. First load down, just like that. 5 grand in the pocket already. Feels good seeing it all go somewhere useful. Back on the trailer again, bales strapped down tight this time. Don't want any runaway bales. Montana roads, not exactly highways, so careful now. Off we go again, not too far, maybe 10 minutes down the road, but far enough to get some decent scenery. Rolling fields, the sun catching the tractor. I could get used to this. Just me, the hum of the engine, and the occasional sheep giving me the side eye like I'm up to no good. Alright, last load. Trailer stacked, spikes engaged. Careful, careful. Hope no one at the hay company notices the little holes the spikes leave in the bales. Honestly, if they do, I'll just call it character in the silage. Adds charm. Down we go again. The final stretch. Trailer shaking just enough to remind me how alive this stuff really is. And there we are. Third load off. 15 grand if all goes well. Not bad for a day's work. With that out of the way, time for some contracts. First, Field 21, small, quick job. Then Field 49, a bigger one to wrap up November. Nothing beats the smell of fresh cut grass, and I have to say, I love every minute of it. That's 21 done. And a nice little payout to go with it. Now, the next job. Look at this field stretching out into the distance. Perfect conditions. Just me, the tractor, and the grass. Doesn't get much better than this. And to finish it off with the evening sun and a nice big paycheck to boot. Lovely. December in Montana. Not much on the schedule this month. Just some light duties around the farm, maybe a bit of relaxing by the fire, a hot drink in hand, and enjoying the quiet. Perfect time to catch my breath before winter properly sets in. But of course, nothing stays quiet for long. Hey Walter, how can I help today?
Godric! Thank goodness! I'm in a proper mess. My combine driver's walked out, refuses to work the field, says it's too big, too difficult. I don't know, something about the corn hating him or him hating the corn.
That bad, huh?
Bad. Very bad. Field 35, 24.25 hectares of corn. I need someone to finish it. Quick. You'll get 60 grand if you can handle it.
60 grand? That's tempting. But that's massive. How long will it take?
Several days. I know it's huge, but it's either you or let the corn rot. Please, Godric.
All right, I'm in. I need the money, and luckily December's looking quiet. When do I start?
Right away if you can. Combine's in the barn next to the field. Keys in the header toolbox. Field's full of corn, so be careful with your turns and the header. I can't stress that enough.
Got it. Corn, combine, 60 grand. Let's do this.
You're a lifesaver, Godric. I'll check in if you need anything. Good luck.
Cheers, Walter. This is going to be a long few days. But 60 grand is nothing to sneeze at. Okay, I found the key. Let's hop in and get this beast turned on. All right, easy does it. Bit of a grunt. Wow, that's a proper machine. I feel like I should be wearing a suit of armor just to sit in this thing. Okay, easy now. Clear of the doorway, careful of the fence, and we're off. Over to the field. Oh, right. Let's familiarize ourselves. Pedals, levers, buttons everywhere. Feels like piloting a spaceship. This is massive, 24 hectares. That's like driving across a small country. Makes you realize just how much work goes into one crop. No wonder Walter's poor driver decided it was too much. I wonder how many kernels are in this field. Probably enough to feed a small army, or at least enough to make a ridiculous number of cornbreads. It's going to be a long stretch into the night to get this job done, but it's worth every second for 60 grand. The field's massive, the corn doesn't care about the time, and neither do I. Keep at it, stay steady, and by the end of it, I'll have a proper start to the new year. January, and the snow has fallen. I'm standing out in the now empty cornfield, the job done, 60 grand safely in the pocket. Not easy, but I got there. Now that I'm back at the farm, the snow has settled on the ground. First things first, the greenhouse. Plenty of produce ready to sell, looking nice and fresh despite the cold. I'd better check those chickens. They're louder than normal today. They've run out of wheat feed. Great. More running to the shop, more money leaving my pocket. But first, let's deal with the greenhouse haul. Trailer loaded, produce stacked, straps on tight. Off to the market stall at the entrance of the farm. Here we go. Perfect. And just like that, about 7.5 grand in the bank. Not bad for a morning's work. Time to make the long drive off to the farm shop. I've got the trailer and the pallet forks, and it is time to order that chicken feed. I think I'll get 4 pallets of it this time to save future trips and stock up a little. The chicken are multiplying every day, so we will need more sooner or later.
Hey! You surviving the snow all right? Any new adventures I should know about? Or am I safe to assume you're being responsible and not running off to buy a field tomorrow?
Ha ha ha, I'm surviving. Barely. But, well, I might be eyeing one of the nearby fields. Nothing confirmed. Don't get excited.
Ooh, a field, huh? Sounds expensive. You gonna need a loan for that, or are we talking secret billionaire savings?
Ha! I wish it were the secret billionaire savings. No, I may need a bit of help if it happens. And not just for the field itself. Think cultivator, seeder, combine, trailers. All the fancy toys that come with being a real farmer. Costs a fair bit, as you can imagine.
That's quite a list. Sounds like you'll be busy. And broke.
Busy, yes. Broke, probably. But worth it. You know me. I can't resist a good field. And hey, maybe one day you can come check out the Empire, see the fields, the tractors, the majestic chickens.
I'll hold you to that. Don't go spending all your money without talking to me first. Don't forget.
I'll try my best, but no guarantees. Talk to you later, Hope. Now, to unload the final pallet of chicken feed. The last few months have been something else. Cornfield finished, 60 grand in the pocket, silage sold, greenhouse produce moving nicely, and the chickens are finally happy. Looking ahead to 2028, I've got plans. Ideally, I'd like to stop relying on contracts, stop doing other people's work, and make money purely from my own farm. Silage, crops, produce, maybe even a proper shop on site one day. If I can get there, it'll be amazing. But how to do it? That's the tricky part. Fields to buy, machinery to pay for, crops to grow, markets to navigate. It's a big puzzle, and every decision costs money, time, or both. Still, if I can get it right, I could finally have the farm I've been dreaming of. One that's all mine, running smoothly, doing what I love, and maybe even leaving me a bit of spare cash for the occasional treat. Let's see what 2028 has in store for us. Right, so this here's Field 3, the one I've had my eye on for a while now. It's already got clover in it, which is brilliant because come April I could cut, bale and wrap it. Once it ferments into silage, that's a tidy little bonus income just sitting there waiting for me. This might just be the smartest field to start with. Now, if I'm serious about this whole barley idea Giles keeps going on about, I'm going to need a combine. Cheapest one I can find is this, the Massey Ferguson MF8570. Price tag, $105,000. And that's before I even buy the header. Not exactly pocket change. Then there's seeders. They're coming in at around 30 to 40 grand. Not too bad, but still a big bite out of the budget. And here, this is more like it. A John Deere 980 cultivator for just $9,500. Small, simple, does the job. That's the kind of price tag I like. Right, enough window shopping. Time to spruce this place up a bit. Bit of fencing here, gravel there. Tidy the place up so it actually looks like a farm and not a scrapyard. And 10 grand later, look at this place now. Gravel paths around the chickens and sheep. Fresh asphalt by the greenhouse. And a proper new parking spot by the shed for future tractors and kit. Even gave the porter cabin and farm stall a facelift. Starting to feel like a farm you'd actually want to visit, instead of a place you'd avoid unless you'd lost a bet. Still rough around the edges, but hey. Hello?
Daniel here from the Montana Hay Company.
Uh-oh, this can't be good.
Mr. Manston, we need to talk about your last silage delivery. Every single bale we checked had puncture holes. Punctures, that means air gets in, fermentation spoils, and the feed's ruined.
Oh, well that can't be good. Fermented fermentation.
This isn't a joke. If you want to sell to us again, every bale must be puncture-free, no exceptions. Otherwise, we won't take another load.
Right. Puncture-free bales. Got it. Out of curiosity, how many punctures are we talking? 1 or 2? Or like Swiss cheese?
Good day, Mr. Manston.
Touchy bunch, aren't they? Could have just asked me nicely to bring duct tape. Anyway, best do as I'm told. Bale grab purchased. Let's get this thing back to the farm and start loading up some bales. As it just so happens, I've got a fresh batch ready for Daniel at the hay company. And God forbid I make even a single scratch on the wrap this time, or they'll have me strung up like a scarecrow. Right, how hard can it be? Grab the bale, lift it up, pop it on the trailer. Easy. Except it turns out it's like trying to pick up a bar of soap with chopsticks. Oh, brilliant. First delivery and I'm already redecorating the farmyard with stray bales. Montana hay's gonna love that. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Precision engineering. Well, alright, it's a bit crooked, but compared to the last one, it's practically a work of art. Slowly but surely, I'm getting the hang of this. Soon I'll be loading these like a pro. Or at least not like a man wrestling a jellyfish. Right, all stacked, all strapped. And most importantly, not a puncture in sight. Time to head off to Montana Hay, keep Daniel happy, and keep the checks coming in. First load in nets me about 5,500. Not bad for a bit of glorified Bale Tetris. Second round. Much smoother this time. Almost like I know what I'm doing. Almost. And there it is. Another 5,500 in the account. And every bale puncture free. Daniel can sleep easy tonight. And so can I. Well, would you look at that? A tidy little cedar on sale. Perfect size for me and only 25,000. That's 36% off. And now, the big one. Field 3. Mine at last. 124 grand gone in one click, leaving me with 12,500. Brilliant. I now own a field, but not much else. Still, look at it. Clover everywhere. This is going to pay off. I'd better call David now that I have his field. David, just bought your field. Thought I'd give you a ring. Any advice on what to do now?
Godric, I'm glad you took it off my hands. First step's soil sampling. You'll want to lease an Isaria Scout from the shop. Hooks right onto the back of your tractor. Take it out across the field, let it scan the soil, and it'll give you all the data you need. pH, nutrients, the works.
So, it's like a medical checkup, but for dirt.
Exactly. Do that first. Then you'll know how much lime and fertilizer to put in. Trust me, it'll save you money in the long run.
Right, science first, crops later. Got it. This farming lark's starting to feel like school again, except the homework's about mud.
You'll be fine, Godric. Just take your time. And hey, I'll be around if you need a hand.
Cheers, David. Right, here we go then. Soil sampling. All very high-tech, all very scientific. According to David, this is the first step to being a serious farmer. Personally, I thought step 1 was buy a field, but apparently, no. Step 1 is poking it with a robot. So you unfold the arms, drive to a nice spot, and then press the button. Easy. Oh, look at that. Straight into the ground, like the tractor's having a midnight snack. If I'm honest, it's a bit underwhelming. I was expecting sparks, flashing lights, maybe a bit of dramatic music. Instead, just a hole in the mud. And then you just keep doing this, over and over and over again. It's basically giving the field 100 little injections. And that's the last one. Job done. My field's now full of tiny holes and I've got a bag of dirt samples to show for it. Lovely. I'd better get these samples packed up and sent off to the lab. Now time to get this leased sampler returned to the shop
It did a decent job for only 800 bucks. There we go. Sampler returned, and just in time, the results are in. And it's cost me $1,650. I was expecting at least a free pen, or maybe a mug that says NextGen Farmer. But no, just a bill.
Right, so here's the soil map. Fancy bit of kit, this. It tells me everything. pH levels, nitrogen, weed control, tillage, and soil sampling. Each one's a box to tick, and the more boxes I tick, the more profit I make. It's like a school report, but instead of maths and science, it's lime and fertilizer. If I get straight A's here, I'm rich. If not, well, back to chainsawing deadwood for pocket money. So from now on, we're farming for profit and for science.
Right, 2 bale wrapping contracts on the board, perfect. Easy money, quick jobs, kind of. And I get to play with the fancy wrapper again. Liam, what's up? I'm busy, I've got bales to wrap.
Hey, Godric, heard you've gone and bought yourself a new field. Which one did you end up picking?
Field 3, just bought it from David. Thought I'd see if I could turn it into something useful.
Field 3, huh? That's the one Giles mentioned, isn't it? Looked nice when he was talking about it. Lucky find, or did you just throw money at the screen?
Lucky find, definitely. Well, mostly luck. A bit of thinking, and a lot of hoping nothing falls apart.
Hoping nothing falls apart? Sounds familiar. So what's the plan with it then? More clover? Or are you thinking something bigger?
First things first. Get the soil sorted. Sampling, analysis, all that sciencey stuff. Can't just throw seeds in and hope for the best.
Science, eh? You really are getting serious about this now? I can just imagine you in a lab coat with a clipboard.
Don't tempt me. I'd look ridiculous. And besides, I've got bales to wrap, contracts to finish. Can't spend all day playing farmer scientist.
Right. Just checking. Don't want you accidentally turning it into a solar farm or something while I'm not watching.
Solar farm, ha! If only I had the money. No, the plan is simple. Take it slow. Do it right. Make the soil happy. Maybe some barley, and eventually turn a profit.
All right then. I'll let you get back to your bales. Try not to wrap yourself up in one of them while you're at it.
No promises, Liam. No promises. Catch you later.
Right, here we are at the shop. And would you look at this beauty? My very own second-hand cedar. 26,000 well spent. I've been saving for this moment, and finally, it's mine. All I need now is the cultivator to go with it. But that can wait until next month. So, 1 field, 1 cedar, and plenty of plans for the future. Slowly but surely, we're building this farm properly. Step by step, purchase by purchase. April's here, and first job, collecting all the wool the sheep have produced over the past year. Honestly, they've done a good job, I must say. Time to get it onto the trailer. Careful with the pallets, don't want them tumbling off. Off we go to the spinnery. Always feels good seeing this stuff leaving the farm, like it's going to a proper home. I'm imagining it turned into scarves or jumpers somewhere. The sheep would be proud. And, well, just under 4,000 for all that. Not exactly rolling in it, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Could do better, could do worse. Anyway, trailer empty, wool delivered, back to the farm. On to the next thing. Right, here we go. Field 3. Full of clover, nice and lush, absolutely begging to be cut. Let's get the mower out, start rolling, and see how much we can get. Oh, that's a nice stripe. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's see if we can make sense of all this green chaos. Keep going. Keep going. Row after row. Bale after bale. Honestly, it's a proper rhythm now. Mowing, baling, wrapping. Almost hypnotic. And would you look at this? 60 bales. 60. At 3,500 liters apiece, Selling for $120 per 1,000 liters, that's a lot of money. A lot. I might need a calculator to work it out.
Right, so we don't quite have enough money for that cultivator yet. Can't just twiddle our thumbs and hope the bank magically coughs up the cash. No. Better get some contracts squared away quickly. First up, a bale wrapping job for Katie. Always a pleasure working for her. Nice, tidy fields. Not too many surprises. Although I'm pretty sure she's watching me like a hawk, just in case I drop a bale or two. Can't have that. Then there's a fertilizing job for Ben. Bit more messy, bit more hands-on. Still, it pays. And that's the important bit. I just hope the sprayer behaves itself today. Last time it had a mind of its own, sprayed half the hedgerow, and I had to apologize to the neighbors. And another fertilizing job for Walter. He's easy enough to work for, just a straight field and no messing about. Fingers crossed the weather holds. A sudden shower and all my careful spreading goes straight out the window. Hopefully these jobs won't take too long. We've got a lot to fit into April. It's going to be a long month. I can feel it. There's still the cultivator to get, the barley to sow into our new field, and keeping all these machines running smoothly. At least the clover's out of the way and fermenting nicely. That's something I can tick off the list. Contracts, machinery, fields. Slowly, but surely, we're getting somewhere. So, the days go on. Bale wrapping, fertilizing, ticking off jobs, making a bit of cash. All to get one step closer to that cultivator, and a decent bit of cash spare, too. April's shaping up to be busy, but that's farming for you. Hard work, long hours, and a bit of chaos thrown in for fun. All right. Brand new John Deere 980 cultivator, 9.5 grand. Oh, she's a beauty though. Look at that paint. Not a single dent, not a scratch. But hey, shiny new kit makes all the difference, right? Right then, hitch on, hydraulics down. Oh, that's a satisfying click. Field 3. You and me are going to get very well acquainted today. We've got to get you cultivated and barley in the ground before the end of April. Otherwise, I'll be in trouble. Time is ticking. Drop her in, throttle up, look at that soil turn. Nice, neat, tidy rows. Well, tidy-ish. First lap looks like I was driving home from the pub, but hey, who's checking? Oh. Hey David, you alright?
Better than you by the sound of it. Heard you've gone and splashed out on something new, eh? Brand new deer cultivator?
Yep, 9.5 grand, clean, shiny, not secondhand. I thought I'd treat myself.
Treat yourself? More like bankrupt yourself. That field will eat it alive, you'll see. Don't just skim it either. Really work the clover stubble in. Soil's heavy there, stubborn as an ox.
Oh, good. Just what I wanted. A backseat driver while I'm bouncing over lumps.
I know that field, Godric. Used to own it, remember? If you do it proper now, the barley will thank you later. Keep it shallow and you'll be redoing it come May.
All right. Deep and steady. I'll make sure it's not half done.
That's the way. And once you've got it seeded, don't forget, you'll need to sort the pH and nitrogen levels next month.
Ah, right. Yes, the soil's hungry, isn't it?
Hungry's one word for it. It'll chew up all your nutrients and spit out weeds if you let it. You'll need lime first, then fertilizer.
Well, limers aren't exactly cheap at the moment.
Don't buy one, you can borrow my limer. No sense wasting money when I've got one sat in the shed.
Now, that's the best thing I've heard all week. You might just save me from bankruptcy yet.
I'll add it to your tab. Right, I'll leave you to it. Don't mess it up.
Don't mess it up, he says. Barley drilled in nice and even, then we're set. Clovers cut and wrapped, fermenting away. Contracts are squared. Just this field left, and we can breathe. April's been long. Feels like 3 months crammed into one. But once the soil's sorted and the crop's in, May should be all right. Just need to keep things ticking over. Well, here we are, May at last. Sunshine, birds chirping, and the farm's looking pretty good. Everything feels positive. Time to get stuck into a big month. Except, these tyres are completely bald. Properly worn down. Honestly, I'd get more grip farming on ice skates. That's not going to do. We'll have to sort this straight away. So off we go to the farm shop, and Nathan, he's the mechanic there, has a look and gets me sorted out with a fresh set. And thank goodness for that. The tractor feels solid again, grips properly. I can actually steer without sliding off into a hedge. Perfect. Right then, back to business. David said he's left his lime spreader at the entrance to the farm for me. Full of lime, ready to go. Honestly, what a good man. We're still tight on cash, so that's a massive help to get us going. Sure enough, there it is. Time to hitch it up and get ready for work. So let's get Field 3 limed. Couldn't ask for more, really. Spreading away now. Clouds of lime dust everywhere. Looks a bit like a snowstorm in May, but it's doing the trick. Nice, even coat across the soil. Just what we need. Oh, there goes the phone.
Hey, Godric. How's the liming coming along?
Going brilliantly, thanks to you. Couldn't be happier, mate. Honestly, lifesaver. Appreciate it.
Don't mention it. Just wanted to give you a leg up while you're still getting the farm rolling.
Well, I'll mention it anyway. It's bloody brilliant. I owe you one. Next year, I'll return the favor. Might even throw in a sheep.
You won't forget, once the lime's down, you'll want to get the fertilizer on. Keep the balance right.
Already on the list. Thanks again, David. You've saved my bacon this month. Field's looking good now. White dust all across it, ready for the next step. All right. Time to get this fertilizer on. Field's all limed up, looking sharp. So, next step, nitrogen. Brilliant. Tank's nearly empty. Barely enough to do a corner, let alone a whole field. Another trip to the shop we go. Story of my life. Farm half an hour away, and me spending most of my time on the road. Might as well start a trucking company. Anyway, 3 pallet loads should do it. Just under 6 grand. But that ought to see us through. Let's get to work. Lovely. Look at that. Straight out the back. Nice, even coverage. Soil map app on the tablets lighting up like Christmas. Red patches turning orange. Orange to green. Perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Like filling in the last square of a crossword. Nitrogen levels looking spot on. All going to plan. Hold on. Wait a second. Why's nothing coming out? No fertilizer. Still driving, but the spreader's gone quiet. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Yep, completely blocked. Not even a trickle. Stuck tighter than jam in a jar that's been in the fridge since 1998. Let's get the phone out and call the mechanic. Nathan, it's Godric. Got a bit of an issue. Fertilizer spreader's packed in. Completely blocked. Any chance you can swing by?
Mate, I'm absolutely flat out. Everyone's planting this month. Half the county's gear is breaking down at once. I'll try to pop down in a week or so, but no promises sooner.
Right. Fair enough, Nathan. Knew May was going to be mad. Appreciate it whenever you can. Guess Field 3 will have to sit tight a bit longer. Thanks anyway, mate.
No worries. I'll let you know once I've popped down and sorted it for you. Bye.
Still plenty to be getting on with. And speaking of which, next on the list, a weeder. $6,000 on hire purchase from the shop. Not ideal, but cheaper than letting weeds take over and cost me double later. Off we go again then. All right, here we are again. Field 3, weeds everywhere. Let's give this new weeder a spin. Look at that, it's actually working. Medium weeds, gone. Whole strips of the field suddenly looking respectable, like it's had a proper haircut. Of course, there's always a few stubborn little blighters left behind, the tiny weeds too low for the machine to bother with. Annoying, yes, but we'll call it character. Adds a bit of rustic charm. Close enough for government work, I'd say. Now that's all squared away, this barley should be pretty happy. I just hope the mechanic can pop down sooner rather than later, so I can finish getting the nitrogen levels sorted. Right, quick stop at the farm stall. Unload all this fresh produce and off we go. And would you look at that? The locals are loving it. Every time I turn around, it's selling out faster than I can bag it. Easy $4,200 for a little morning's work. Not bad at all. Now, the sheep. Can't leave them hanging, so let's load up this trailer with some of these hay bales. Honestly, can't believe I still have so many left from the first cut of the meadow. Thought they'd have demolished the lot by now, but apparently they're pacing themselves. Only about 30 sheep anyway, so not too bad. Right, that's them fed. Let's get their water topped up. Can't have thirsty sheep, can we? While we're at it, top up the greenhouse too. Everything deserves a good drink. There we go. That should keep everyone happy and healthy for now. Always funny. Plants look at you like, finally, about time. There we go. A nice, full drink for everyone. Can't have wilted tomatoes complaining at me, can we? Perfect. That should keep them happy for a while. One last job for May. David's ringing me up asking for a bit of help mowing field 64. $9,721 in it for me. And honestly, can you say no? Especially after how generous he's been lately. So, off we go. Tractor fired up, mower hooked on, and away we go across the field. Easy enough work, but satisfying all the same. And there we go, last strip done. May's in the books, field's looking pristine. June's just around the corner, and I've got a feeling it's going to be a busy one. All right, looking at the flock, and I've made up my mind. Time to take a few of these sheep to the market, see what they're worth. Only the ones that are 20 months or older for now. That should get most of my money back. Trailer hitched, sheep rounded up. 8 in total. Bit of a pang seeing them go, really. They've been good company. But this is a business, not a petting zoo. Time to make a profit. I can't help thinking, what else could I add? Cows, maybe? Big noisy things, probably expensive. But milk money sounds tempting. Horses? Could sell for good money, but I have no idea how to look after horse, let alone feed them. Pigs? Could be fun, could be messy. Off we go down to the market. Hopefully Floyd will see the quality here. Morning, Floyd. Got some sheep for you today.
Morning, Godric. Let's have a look then.
8 of the best ones. All healthy, well looked after.
I'll give you $7,370 for the lot. Sound fair?
Perfect. That'll cover most of what I spent on them. Pleasure doing business with you, Floyd.
Don't mention it. Got 4 young ones here. Really good quality. I can do them for $1,319.
Brilliant. I'll take them. Can't pass up good quality stock. Thanks, Floyd.
No worries, Godric.
Back to the farm we go, with the 4 new sheepy arrivals. Hope they settle in well. Might have to turn this small pen into a proper breeding pen soon, and eventually expand into a bigger sheep paddock as the flock size grows. For now, they're all settled, happy enough, and I can focus on the next job. Right then, time to get back to the meadow. Mow, row, bale, and wrap. The usual chaos. Gotta keep that grass down and bales fermenting nicely,
and make sure they're perfect. Every bale counts. Every liter of silage adds up. It's a bit of hard work, but there's something satisfying about seeing the field transform. A meadow full of bales, ready to cart off to the hay company. Money slowly coming in. Silage done right. Profit done right. And the farm keeps ticking along.
Time to finish off another month with another 3 contracts. Good thing Nathan popped by yesterday and sorted the fertilizer for me, so it is all working now, otherwise I'd be screwed. Need to get our funds up before harvest time. Can't be leaving the farm short when everything hits at once. All fertilizing jobs. One for Walter, one for Katie, and one for Noah. Should keep me busy for a while. But every job is money in the pocket, and that's the name of the game. All right, let's make a start. And while I'm at it, might as well give Giles a call. Haven't chatted in a while, and he's usually got some thoughts on what I can do to improve the farm. Hello, Giles. How's it going?
Oi, Godric. Finally. I was wondering when you'd call. I heard you've been busy buying that new field. Field 3, right? How's that going?
Yeah, picked it up after our last phone call. Barley's all in, growing nicely. And I've purchased a new cultivator and got a seeder sorted. Been running round with contracts as well, trying to get the cash ready for barley harvest next month. Busy, but fun.
Ah, classic. And what about the sheep situation? Any new additions since the last time we spoke?
Funny you should ask. Just picked up 4 young ones from Floyd. New flock, expanding slowly. Got the older ones off to the market, made a tidy sum. And these new ones should do well. Thinking ahead, might need to expand the paddock and maybe even start thinking about breeding in the near future. Sheep are good, but there's always room for more chaos, right?
Exactly. That's the beauty of it. And how's Field 3 shaping up with the barley? You've got everything squared away with the nitrogen and pH levels.
Yep, been liming and fertilizing, though had a bit of drama with the fertilizer spreader being blocked. Called Nathan, the mechanic. He just sorted it out yesterday, so I've been doing other jobs in the meantime, prepping the field and checking soil levels. Got David giving me advice on nitrogen and pH too, which has been really helpful. Can't afford mistakes at this point, with harvest coming up.
Anyway, sounds like you've got everything under control. As much as anyone can with you.
Cheers for the chat and advice.
Here we are then, back at Field 3 with the remaining fertilizer and a plan. Finally time to get these nitrogen levels back on track. You'll notice I've had thin tires put on the tractor. Very fancy. And just look at that soil map now. Perfect nitrogen levels, exactly where we want it. Oh, that is satisfying. Right, job done. And on to July we go. July is here, the sun's out, and just look at that barley in Field 3. Nearly full grown now, standing tall, swaying in the breeze. Beautiful stuff. Healthy, happy, and just a couple of weeks away from harvest. That's the kind of sight that makes all the headaches worth it. Now, over here, the mountain of wrapped bales. 60, maybe 70 of them. All fermented, all ready to head off to Montana hay. Problem is, I really don't fancy making 100 tiny trips with my little trailer and bale grab. No, it's time for an upgrade. First stop though, let's deal with this old tedder. Honestly, I've barely used the thing, and it's just sitting there collecting dust. May as well turn it into cash. That's $4,300 in the pocket. Can't complain about that. And with that, I can finally put some money towards the trailer. Got it extended up to an 8-meter height. Proper upgrade. That way, I can actually haul grain when the barley comes in next month. Cost me $3,000, but that's an investment if I've ever seen one. Right then, back to the farm, with a little more cash in the bank
and a trailer that's finally fit for purpose. Back at the farm, trailer parked up. Time for the next step. Forks on the front and straight back down to the shop. Because today's a big one. We're talking about a serious upgrade. The Anderson RBM2000. Of course, there's a small catch. It costs 50 grand. Do I have $50,000? Absolutely not. I do have the power of bad financial decisions. Hire purchase it is. Option 3 looks good. 10% down, 4% interest, 3 grand a month. Painful, yes, but manageable. Especially with the farmland loan nearly gone in 6 months. And there we go. Deal signed, trailer hitched. I am now the proud, slightly indebted owner of a bale scooping monster. Honestly, this is going to save me so much time. Back to the farm we go, ready to start gobbling up that mountain of silage bales. Now this isn't just a trailer, this is the holy grail of bale hauling. Automatically scoops them up, 24 round bales in one go. No fiddling about, no bales rolling off into the ditch. Just load, lock, and go. Right then, time to give this shiny new trailer its first proper test. Look at that. Easy grab, bale up, and watch this thing just gobble it. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. After all the faffing about with that bale grab, this is like going from a wheelbarrow to a Ferrari. Sit back, relax, and let the trailer do the work. Straight as soldiers on parade. By the time this thing's full, I'll wonder why I didn't buy it sooner. Well, apart from the whole not having 50 grand thing, but still. And here we are. Montana Hay Company, round 1. Hit the unload, step back, and there they go. 24 silage bales, lined up like fat little white marshmallows. And the reward? Just over $10,000. 10 grand! For a bit of grass, driving and pressing buttons. Yes, please. Right, round 2. Straight into the pile, scooping them up. This is almost therapeutic now. Honestly, I could do this all day, load after load, and the trailer never complains. Back down the road we go, another drop-off, and there's another 10 grand in the pocket. Oh, there goes the phone. Liam!
All right, mate. Just thought I'd check in. How's things going over there?
Not bad at all, actually. Field's looking good, bales are flying out the door, and I've got myself a shiny new trailer. Living the dream. What about you? What are you up to?
Oh, you know, this and that. Keeping busy. Just thought I'd see how the Montana life's treating you.
Yeah, well, it's been full on. Debt, tractors, sheep, the usual chaos. Hold on a second. What's that noise? That sounds like an airport.
Ha! What? Nah, don't worry about it.
No, seriously, I just heard it. Flight something something now boarding. What are you up to?
Oh, nothing you need to worry about, mate. Just errands. Yeah, errands.
Errands at Heathrow with a suitcase in hand, by the sound of it. Liam, what's going on?
Listen, I've got to go. But, let's just say, keep an eye out. Big surprises ahead.
Liam, wait!